I'm Nicholas Richardson and welcome to NATO Dispatches. We're here in the centre of Warsaw and as you can see it's a peaceful winter's day. But 250 kilometres to the northeast they're preparing for war. As the adage says, if you want peace, prepare for war. The war they're preparing for, we don't know. But it's part of the enhanced forward presence of NATO. That is 4 battalion-sized battle groups based in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania and Poland. And we visited the Battle Group Poland in the headquarters, or the training ground at least, of the 15th Mechanized Brigade. We met the soldiers, we met the officers, and that's what we're going to talk about in this episode of NATO Dispatches.
The reason for strengthening the eastern flank of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization was the shock that the world experienced in 2014. Let's recall, after long negotiations, Ukraine sought association with the European Union. It was only about economic cooperation and the establishment of laws in line with European standards. Russia did not want to allow this. First, unidentified troops occupied the Crimean Peninsula, and Russian-backed so-called insurgents detached the industrial regions of Donetsk and Luhansk from Ukraine. Russia has broken a whole series of agreements on the inviolability of borders after the Second World War, and the guarantees of peace which it itself gave to Ukraine after it withdrew nuclear weapons from that country. NATO has been forced to act. In 2016, at a summit in Warsaw, member countries agreed to send troops to 4 countries: Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland. Since 2017, thousands of troops have been stationed at 4 bases: Tapa in Estonia, Rukla in Estonia, Adadzi in Latvia, and Orzysz in Poland. In Estonia, international troops are commanded by servicemen from the UK. They have troops from Denmark and Iceland under their command. In Latvia, troops from Albania, Czech Republic, Iceland, Italy, Montenegro, Poland, Slovakia, Slovenia, and Spain are training under Canadian command. In Lithuania, Germany is the framework country, and among the troops there are units from Belgium, Czech Republic, France, Iceland, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Norway. In Poland, the framework country is the United States, and troops are from Croatia, Romania, and the United Kingdom.
And we began our discussion at the training ground of the 15th Mechanized Brigade at Bemowo-Piske, talking to Major Marek Białobrzezki, who, against his father's wishes, joined the army. Well, as we talk to him, we'll see how that turned out for him. Major Białobrzezki, thank you very much for joining us. Now, you are Deputy Chief of Staff of the 15th Mechanized Brigade.
Yes, that's right, sir.
Excellent. And could you just say a bit about your unit?
Okay, so 15th Mechanized Brigade is a unit which I serve, and Battle Group Poland is in my brigade. This is Mechanized Infantry Brigade. In our unit we've got Mechanized Infantry subunits, tank subunits, ADA, artillery, and recce elements.
Okay. And in terms of the Poland battle group, what is the expertise which your unit is contributing?
Oh, we contributing all the time with the Battle Group Poland. We cooperate with the Battle Group Poland from 2017, because from 2017 Battle Group Poland is here in BPTA in Bemowo-Piske. Piske is in our brigade, and the Battle Group Poland take part in all our training and exercise plan.
Excellent. And what sort of weaponry are you contributing? Well, I suppose, particularly I'm thinking particularly in terms of the battle group.
Okay, so basically from 2017, my brigade maybe not suited, but changed its program and even changed one of our subunits, Mechanized Infantry Battalion. We changed it a little bit to suit to the Battle Group Poland composition. So we basically take Mechanized Infantry Battalion, reinforced it by a tank COI, engineering COI, ADA battery, and anti-tank platoon, It's quite similar structure to the battle group Poland. So in this subunit we've got tanks, we've got BMPs, we've got quite good artillery and engineering support.
Excellent. So pretty comprehensive, in fact.
Yeah, quite similar to the battle group Poland.
And how have you found working with these rotating contingents from other NATO countries? I mean, what have you learnt from the experience?
Oh, not I, but we brigade soldiers learn a lot. For sure, the language, because all us consist of 5 different nationalities, right? So 5 different language, and just to learn a little bit, a few words from one nations, it's quite tricky. But the most important thing, I think, in my opinion, which we learned from these 5 years, is basically our experience. The knowledge which battle group Poland has, especially, the battlefield experience, even if we are talking about in their country, but a lot of them conducted a lot of tours of duty, like Afghanistan, Iraq. So this knowledge with the past give us a lot of.
Next, we met Major Adam Moronescu. He's the commander of the Romanian Iron Cheetahs. The Iron Cheetahs are here as part of the battle group to provide air support. Let's find out how the Major and his troops are enjoying their time here in Poland.
The battle group is attached to the Polish Army's 15th Mechanized Brigade and based in Orzysz, located 120 kilometers from the Suwałki Gap and south of the Kaliningrad Oblast. The 15th Mechanized Brigade in Orzysz in northeastern Poland hosts soldiers and officers from the so-called Poland Battle Group. The international unit is led by the U.S. Army, at the moment the 2nd Cougars Squadron, consisting of the 2nd Cavalry Regiment, headquartered in Rose Barracks, Germany. The UK provides infantry, a Sabre squadron from the Royal Scots Dragon Guards. The Croatian army delivered a rocket artillery battery, and the Romanian army an air defense detachment. Suwałki Gap, as it is known to NATO military planners, means the border area between Poland and Lithuania. This is a tough-to-defend, flat, narrow piece of land, a gap that is between Belarus and Russia's Kaliningrad exclave, and that connects the NATO-member Baltic states to Poland and the rest of NATO. Tens of thousands of Russian troops from Kaliningrad and Belarus face battle-ready NATO units and the Polish army. In July 2016, 2 years after the annexation of Crimea by the Russian Federation and the beginning of the war in Donbass, NATO's member states agreed at the 2016 Warsaw Summit to accelerate the NATO-enhanced forward presence. A 2017 NATO exercise was the first time focused on defense of the gap from a possible Russian attack. As well, in 2017, Russia and Belarus held the Zapad 2017 exercises.
Major Moronescu, thank you for joining us. Now, you are the commander of the Romanian unit here in the battle group. Could you say a few words about your unit?
Yes, I'm the commander of Romanian contingent here in battle group. My unit comes from an air defense battalion back in Romania, which is on the southern part of Romania, near the Black Sea. I'm commanding here one troop, one battery of air defense artillery.
Okay, and so your contribution to the battle group is in fact in air defense?
Yes, my contribution within battle group is to provide air defense for the entire battle group.
Excellent. And being part of the battle group, as part of this enhanced forward presence, have you learned anything particular which you can take back?
Yes, I can say that I learned a lot, and I also want to say that I have a lot of experience here in Poland because this is my 3rd rotation here. First time I was a battery commander, second, and now I'm a contingent commander. I can say that I learned a lot because I trained together with many other nations like Americans, Croatians, and Britain. And I also had training with the Air Defense Battalion of Polish Army.
Excellent. And would you say that one of the advantages of this is that the communication amongst the various... Would you say that one of the advantages of this contingent, which is made up of Romanians, Croatians, Americans and Poles, the fact you have all these countries working together improves communication for the future?
Oh yes, of course. The main advantage that we have training here together is to establish like common tactics and procedures to better understand how we think and how we are prepared to fight.
Yeah, excellent. And that's obviously very advantageous. And could you just say a few words about the type of weapons which you're using here?
Yes, we have Gepard's equipment, which is an air defense artillery system mounted on Leopard 2 chassis, and it is a two-barrel cannon with 35 millimeters shells.
Excellent. And so I know you have to go to another meeting. And how have you enjoyed your time here in Poland as part of this? You said it's your third rotation, so you must quite like it.
Yes, I really like being here in Poland. During my free time, I also had some cultural trips in Warsaw, in Krakow. I really like the Polish culture and history. I learned a lot while I have been here.
The Cheetah anti-aircraft cannon tank is built by Germany and was originally called the Flugabwehrkanonenpanzer Gepard. The vehicle is based on the hull of the Leopard 1 tank, armed with a pair of 35mm Oerlikon KDA autocannons and the two radar dishes, a general search radar at the rear of the turret and the tracking radar, and a laser rangefinder at the front between the guns. Each gun has a firing rate of 550 rounds per minute, which gives a continuous fire time of 37 seconds before running out of ammo, with 680 rounds for both guns. The Romanian Army operates 43 units of the Cheetah anti-aircraft cannons.
Well, being in Poland is a new experience for me, and I guess everybody around here is welcoming. Everybody's trying to make us feel comfortable, not to miss home, and everything is working kind of fine till now.
And your work here in Poland as part of the battle group, does it differ very much from what you were doing in the army back in Romania?
We are only practicing what we've learned back home. The only difference is that we are doing it in a joint environment, which also implies new challenges, and also it's a new experience for us.
Yeah. And how are you enjoying working with soldiers from different countries?
Well, it's a distinct experience. I mean, we've been cooperating during the exercises and also during static displays. We've been talking to each other, exchanging experience, and also learning from each other a lot of new things.
And the Romanian contribution to the battle group is in terms of air defense?
Yes, we are also providing surveillance.
Okay.
And we can also fight against ground targets.
Okay. And this is one of your military pieces. And what is the function of this particular weapon?
This is the Gepard A2L. It's mainly used for fighting air targets that are evolving on low altitudes, on subsonic and supersonic speed also.
Okay, so essentially this is designed to shoot down aeroplanes.
Yes.
I suppose this is a training ground, but presumably, can you actually, is it possible to have targets you can actually shoot out of the sky in your training, or do you just have to pretend?
To have proper targets,
Yeah, proper airborne targets to shoot at.
we can shoot here.
Well, yes. I mean, here as it's part of the training ground. Here, I mean, do you get the
No,
opportunity?
we shoot only on light bombs,
Okay.
but we used to shoot with the Gepard on training planes that are evolving at around 200 meters a second.
Okay.
Depends.
All right, good. And so you can actually sort of use these
Yeah.
equipment as sort of
Can be
almost
used.
almost simulating real life
Yeah.
conditions. That's excellent. And what have you enjoyed most about being here in Poland?
I enjoyed working with our partners. It's a new thing for me. I haven't worked in a joint environment until now, and I'm looking forward to learn new things and maybe new techniques from
Of course.
our
And how
fellow.
long, just out of interest, how long have you been in Poland this time?
This time I'm only
Your first
here
time.
for 1 month.
Okay, and you've got another 5 months to go.
Yeah.
As you can see, we had a marvellous time at Bemowo-Piskie, the training ground of the 15th Mechanised Brigade, talking to the Romanians. They were very kind, they told us what they were doing in Poland, how they were enjoying it, and they showed us their weapons, which I think you'll agree are a pretty potent deterrent to anybody who would be brave enough or foolhardy enough to attack NATO. We enjoyed ourselves, and there'll be more next time on NATO Dispatches. We look forward to seeing you then as we probe deeper into what Battle Group Poland is all about. Thank you for watching.